How do music artists get paid when they are featured on someone else's song? Case in point, Master KG versus Nzikima Zwai. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Nkane Lwa Gingirkan with me, Mandla Legere Gingirkan Wakamashaba. Thank you very much for joining me. If you are new to the channel, please do so. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button. It's the red one. Hit it and also the notification bell so that whenever we do our videos, you are not left behind. You're not left behind. So the reason I'm doing this video is because of what happened in few days ago. Master KG was under fire. He was being attacked for the Jerusalem song. Nzikima Zwai was saying that Master KG must pay Nomcebo Zikode 50% share of every earning he got from the Jerusalem song. And Master KG came back responding to it, saying that why are you raising this issue now with me? Because there's so many DJs out there who have done the same that I have done and you never said anything. And also in music business, it's quite common that a DJ or someone else will feature someone else in their song. And I think Master KG has a point, because there's so many songs that I know, especially house songs in South Africa. If you look at DJ Ganyani, if you look at Black Coffee, if you look at Prince KB, all these guys, they feature female vocalists, most of them. In case Prince KB, there's that Virtual Life song with him, Saki, and then there's also songs that DJ Ganyan did with Nomcebo as well. There's so many artists that have been featured, especially female artists that have been featured in house songs, and no one has ever raised this question. I remember during Prince KB there was that Virtual Life debacle where they won an award. That song won an award, and then apparently Saki felt like she was not acknowledged, and then there was a whole Twitter uproar about it as well. So now it's Master KG, about the Jerusalem song, and then people are saying that he's supposed to share 50%, or they must go 50-50 with regard to all the earnings they receive from the airplay, everything that they got from the song Jerusalem, because it trended globally. So I just felt like, maybe we need to delve into some music business thing and see what's happening within the music business, especially with regard to what happens when you are featured in a song. How do musicians get paid when they are featured on someone else's song? I feel like that's actually the burning topic right now, and I'm gonna try to be short on this video. And my understanding firstly is the fact that featuring or being featured in music business is a marketing device. It is actually a marketing device where artists try to expand their fan base. For example, in this case, let's say Nomcebo wasn't that famous. Like, for example, I personally did not know about her before the Jerusalem song. I know that she's done songs with DJ Ganyan and other people, but I did not know her name. You know what I mean? And without any disrespect here, I'm just trying to show that it happens that we dance to these songs, we sing along to them, but we don't know who is singing most of the time. And probably that is actually the struggle that maybe Nzikima Zwai is crying for, acknowledgement of the female artists, especially the vocalist, because it happens all the time that even radio announcers, sometimes they make this mistake of saying they only call the main artist and they never call the featured artist in most cases. So but then what happens in terms of payments, and so point number one for me is that one of trying to increase the fan base. So in this case, I felt like Nomcebo managed to reach a new audience by being featured on that song, Ya Jerusalem. Like, take me for example. I did not know about her, like I said. So now I started knowing about her and I started following her career and started listening to her music. So she got a chance to get to tap into a new target audience in that way by being featured. And sometimes being featured in a song, you can do it without actually getting paid. It happens because if the deal goes well for both the artists, it can be good for them, both of them, because the other artists will now get a new audience, and also the other artist, the featuring artist, will also now be listened by the artist that's coming into his song. So it works for both sides. So number 2, it depends if the featured artist or artists have contributed in the writing of the music. So if they wrote the music, if they wrote the lyrics, or they wrote notations or chords progression, they would definitely get what we call license fee or royalties. Usually the royalties that I'm talking about is it's royalties that come from Samro, Sampra, Capasso, and all these organizations that are there. I actually did videos previously trying to explain. Let me actually put them here. You will see what I tried to explain with regard to all these organizations. So if you wrote the music, probably you will get royalties from radio airplay, and that's where Samro gets involved. And then you also get royalties from live performances, and that's where Sampra gets involved. That's the South African Music Performance Rights Association. Hey, yeah, this is so long. I'm not sure if I got it right, but yeah, it's Sampra in short. And also if your music is downloaded, so that's the mechanical rights, and it's administered by Capasso. I actually also did a video about it. So Capasso usually administers mechanical rights if your music is downloaded from the internet or converted into CDs, or it's being played in an advertisement. So if you wrote the music, you are going to earn publishing rights in terms of that, in terms of Capasso. So there, if you wrote the music, you will get those license fees. But then it's a different case if you were just acting as a performer and you didn't write the music. Because if you didn't write the music, you are just a performer, you only get performance rights or license fees, but you won't get publishing license fees, in terms of Capasso. Secondly, if you didn't write the music, you were just a performer, you will only get a session performance fee. Like, let's say the band is going to perform in Cape Town and you are featured in a song, they take you along, you go there, you will be paid for that night for being there, just like the main artist will pay his guitarist or a drum percussionist or anybody within a band. So if you did not write the music, you are just a performer, you only get those performance rights, not the publishing rights or any other mechanical rights that are there. And thirdly is the issue of other deals. So you can agree as the featured artist or the featuring artist to agree that I will pay you so that you come to my song. The reason I'm paying you is because now your audience will now be forced to listen to my music. So I'm paying you for your audience to have listened to my song. And then it can be the other way around, where the featured artist pays the featuring artist. So when you come to my song, you now pay me so that my audience can listen to you. You are now getting new audience. So we can agree on those contractual issues with regard to you coming into my song and then you paying me because I'm giving you a new audience. Or it can be the other way around, where I pay you because now you are in my song, and then I'm now going to be heard, listened to by your audience. But then guys, there are no rules here. It's a negotiation thing. It's how far we negotiate. What are the agreements? What are the contracts saying? It's about marketing, getting new audience, and also if you got involved, you will get fees like license fees. Thirdly, it's about the deals that you guys agree on, where I spoke about whether you come into my song and I pay you, or I go to your song and you pay me. So it works both ways. It depends on the agreements, it depends on the negotiations, it depends on the deals, it depends on the contracts. So whatever we can talk, we can say, what are the contracts saying? These people have agreed on this, and this is what's going to happen. Because sometimes it happens that we record a song, and then boom, the song becomes famous, and then now people go like, oh, but I say I'm the one who wrote the music. But then what was the agreement? What was the agreement? That's why music business, guys, is very tough. It's very difficult. So guys, that's all I had for you today. Till we meet again in the next upload. Like Ramina, I guess dots. Salute. Mengatitime.